I'm very impressed with Marvel's campaign for WandaVision. It's able to get people super stoked, but really not give anything away at all. There are a couple really cool shots for us to go over here, though, and some bigger questions that are, becoming more clear, let's say, because we kind of know what's at stake here for the show that's, right around the corner, actually, January 15th. I suspect we'll get one more trailer, which maybe is finally a bit more of a story trailer to just really lock people in. Who's not already locked in? I know. But I think they're hoping that WandaVision, because of the sitcom angle, might be able to bring in people outside the hardcore Marvel fandom. And I think that that's a good bet. As I told you, my parents were like, this show interests us. Although when they saw this new trailer and they saw more of the superhero element, I have to say they got a little less excited. And, I think Marvel is hoping, as I've said before, that this will be a strong awards contender. But, the superhero thing could end up turning people off. Now, speaking of the superhero thing, as many of you pointed out, this new poster does seem to tease finally Wanda getting a super suit. Where's my super suit? Maybe she makes it herself. I have mixed feelings on the super suit that they've given her. I love the long gloves. That's like classic Wanda. I love it. But I don't like that her bodice, we can only see so much here. But I don't like that it matches Vision. Maybe it matches Vision because she wants to match him. They're couples super suits. That I will allow. But I think that Wanda, because she's so unique and an outsider, even when she's part of the group, I would like her costume at least to be a little more Doctor Strange-like. It's already been, Kevin Feige's confirmed that, she's from the same basic power set as Doctor Strange. She just isn't trained. And so I don't like it having that manufactured look. I would like it to look like she willed it to life. Although I did predict that Vision would have a cape because he thought it looked good on someone else, and that's what Joss Whedon did. And it was a good gag. But I love the gloves. And you know what? I don't really care what her super suit looks like as long as she has the headpiece. I think we're all in agreement that she needs to officially have the headpiece, not just with her Halloween look, within the show. But if she should leave WandaVision and go into Spider-Man 3 and then Doctor Strange 2 with the headpiece. Oh, that would make me so happy. I just can't tell you how happy that would make me. But the gloves are promising. I hope that's part of her. I hope it's part of the uniform. That's just perfect. That gives me faith that when we see the head revealed, it's going to have that headpiece. Oh, I'm so excited. All right. So here we go. Let's get started here. So there you have your perfect sitcom setting. The static of a television seems to be more important than we'd originally imagined. We first thought it was just a cool way to hint at the television angle, but it seems to be something that's like that's when we can see not Wanda activating. Wanda is the red glow, and it seems the static is whatever's holding her there. Is something holding her there? I think it might be Evan Peters' Mephisto or whoever Evan Peters is playing, and we'll discuss that as we go through here. But the distinction of who's doing what, I think, is very important and becomes more apparent here in this trailer. The music was just the killer here at this trailer. That's what gave me the feels. We do these shot by shots without the music, but that was a great choice. It was a creepy rendition. It was a monkey song, which, by the way, I looked up because I wanted to listen to it. The real version doesn't sound as good as the one they did here. So anyway, there's Agnes. I forget what her character is being called within the show, but she's, I believe, basically Agnes Harkness, Catherine Hahn. And she's the nosy neighbor, sure enough. And I love that that's how Wanda gets married. So clearly Wanda is a captive here first. Although it's weird, they have them coming in the first trailer with their just married sign on their car. So were they not, maybe they weren't married when they showed up. Oh, maybe that's what it is, where they were living in sin. All right. So she's like, are you a single girl all by yourself? And then Wanda's like, can't have that in this world. So she just instantly marries them. I think that's great. I think that's so cute that that's how they got married. And that quick little shot. That's really cozy, actually. I think it's really nice having their hands next to each other. Great hand acting by both of them. They look great. But I like the design on Wanda's ring. It reminds you a little bit of one of the Infinity Stones, right? And the Mind Stone's going to make an appearance later on in this very trailer. So I think that's a good shout out. And the Mind Stone, of course, is what kind of already married them. Do they even have a choice but to fall in love? Because, of course, it gave Wanda her powers and her brother. It's rumored that he's going to show up here, Quicksilver, because if you can bring back one dead person, and of course it gave Vision his ability to be a real man, a real boy. All right, so I like that bracelet on her too. And then she said, married to a man. He's not a real man, not a robot. That's like a little bit of a wink to modern sensibilities. That must have been a weird line in today's, today for Elizabeth Olsen to say. Now I love that. Boy, that's like some sexiness coming out of Paul Bettany when he's like, Wanda. Who wouldn't melt if he said that to them? It's fantastic because he's just so happy to be back and to see her again. And you're like, I can see why you brought him back, Wanda. I mean, just 10 plus. The director after that should have been like, let's just take a break. Let's just celebrate how great Paul Bettany is because he nailed it. That was great. I wonder if that had to be if this shot was done in front of a sitcom audience. It doesn't seem like it is because that would not get a sitcom audience. I guess he doesn't know yet he's in a sitcom because he's just been brought in. I wonder how the just married thing works. It does seem that he just seems to have just shown up. She's like, this was a good idea, boy. I'm like, it sure was. So there's their cul-de-sac. Oh, they live in a nice little neighborhood. That's great. I wonder what the main house is. But that's just the cul-de-sac here. You'll see that each time they go to a different era, their living arrangements change, which is also interesting. All right. So you've got those old-fashioned visual effects, which they said were a lot of fun to do. I love that. They're like, yeah, we don't have to follow by old sitcom rules. Now, I see Wanda is changing the kitchen. This looks like she's going to Bewitched, which they did reference. They did reveal as one of the shows that they did reference for here. But, they revealed a list, but it was like a partial list because it only had like some old sitcoms on it. They're all old sitcoms, but like classic sitcoms. And she's also going from black and white to color. That's a delightful little Pleasantville action right there. I mean, Vision's like, this might be a problem. Wanda's crazy, but I am back to being alive, so I love their acting now. So this is the Brady Bunch style house, which is just perfect, but you can see like on a smaller scale, obviously. A sitcom, it seems more like a sitcom than the Brady Bunch set ever did. They shot in a real house, though, I believe, right? I think so. I think, the exterior was a real house, which recently was saved and refurbished. But anyway, there she is, vacuuming like Samantha from Bewitched. That's just fantastic. And who wouldn't want to sit down, put their feet up, and read a fashion magazine? Also, she has having the twins, as you can see. The twins are very important, not just because they give us Wiccan and Speed, which everybody just can't wait for, the Young Avengers, but they are the key to ultimately driving Wanda mad. So there they are. He really is kind of like this, it's like she's playing house, and he's the boy in the neighborhood. He's like, sure, I'll play house if it involves a makeout session. So let's see here. So they're having a good time dancing it up. See, they have a new house there. Now, people have speculated that coming out of here behind that tree are the twins. And you can see they have a dog, but it looks like a real dog. I don't know if that's going to be the twins or not. We don't want to jump to a conclusion there. But it could be another guest. It could be. They look like it might be the twins, though. But it could be anyone, whoever she decides to conjure up. I love this shot where she turns the thing over the nursery to real butterflies. Wow, that's great. She's like, I'm gonna plus it. What are the good of these powers if I can't turn my child raising up to an 11 and then down to a 0? I love that. I gotta tell you. Elizabeth Olsen, as if she doesn't have enough fans. She's just so adorable here, and I love that she's eating an orange. She's just so cute and adorable. I mean, she has a lot of fans now. People are just going to go crazy over this. So some of you pointed out to me that, putting Agatha on a bike like the Wicked Witch from Oz was a nice touch, and I concur, if that's what they're doing. So this is the 70s, and you can note that they have like a painted background, like they did on a lot of 70s shows for the exteriors. They shot these things even some sitcoms as of now, today they still do this. They'll build an outdoor set, but it's actually inside, and they just make it look like outside. And you can see that very much in the very nice. The production done in this is amazing. The Mandalorian wasn't able to win any major awards, the Emmys, this past year, but it won a lot of, secondary, technical, and music awards. And I can totally see that happening for WandaVision at the very least. So look, they get some diversity on the show, just like real television. Hope they handle it well. So a visionary new age. And so here's Monica Rambeau, all grown up. She finds herself trapped in a television show. So she's like, "Hey, Wanda," and she doesn't. And now she's clearly not supposed to be there because Wanda doesn't immediately recognize her, and she's like, "I don't know who I am." And the delivery for her, Teyonah Parris' delivery is also extremely good. Everyone's doing a great job here. I'm so impressed. And you can see though that the television static reboots them and forces smiles on their face, which they both do a very good job of showing that they're forced smiles. Look at the lip gloss on Elizabeth Olsen. My God, the makeup team did a phenomenal job here. All right, so you can see, again, this time it's not Wanda changing the house, but it's the television static. So what's happening here? Very interesting. I like that it reveals the skeleton of the house. It's really creepy. Well done, show. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that." You see, now you have much more of a modern sitcom here. But it's the same basic setup, though, which I think is very clever. The house, again, the skeleton of the house never changes, which is clever. She's looking more Wanda-like there with her hair. And he's like, "Wanda, something's not right here." I love these Halloween shots. This is a gorgeous shot. I've loved it before. It looks just great here. It's just, there's a scariness here that I just think is so cool. Look at the lone lights of the house in the distance, like two eyes. That's just really cool. I love it so much. All right. And he's like, "Something's wrong." Like, look. So you're like, "What's the problem here, Vision?" That woman is connecting that ghost to a string, but she's not looking where she's connecting it. So is she even real? Is she a prisoner? Is she a figment of their imaginations? So I think that it's good and creepy. There seems to be some kind of like a tear on her cheek. So I guess she is a prisoner. She's like, "I don't like this decorator scheme at all. I didn't want to put this in my yard." All right, so they seem to be like at an outdoor pool here, which I think is funny. And someone's trying to reach Wanda through the radio. "Who's doing this to you, Wanda?" I think it might be Randall Park's Jimmy Woo. We'll see. We know he's in the show. And she's like, "Whoa, that's me. I'm Wanda." Oh no, a beekeeper outfit. That's the exact, Doom Patrol's like, "Damn it, we called the beekeeper already." I wonder who that is. It's very interesting. Now, who's coming through here? I find this really interesting. Who could it be? Maybe it's Doctor Strange? Maybe it's Evan Peters? They seem to have like a cloak outfit on. It looks a little sometimes like Wanda, almost with her jacket that she wears. It's gonna be cool when we see whoever it is. I can't wait. So she's like, "Are you gonna save us?" And look, she's forced to be happy too. Yep. Weird stuff going on, man. Even with that trophy, it's a lie. It's a participation trophy. So let's see. I do think it's so sad that Wanda and Vision are so happy, and it's all a lie. No wonder they're going to fight to protect it. No wonder she's going to be mighty upset when this is ripped away from her. So here come Sword. No, Shield's gone. Now this is Sword. We've seen the Sword logo in filming. So I think you're going to need some bigger guns. I don't know if guns are going to work. So Wanda, this is the same basic hairstyle that we just saw from her freaking out in the modern house. And as some of you have pointed out, she has her accent again here, her original accent. So this must be with them broken out of the spell. And she's like, "We have to fight for our home because they've built a home here. Isn't that beautiful?" And Vision's like, "Yes, we must." And he's looking like his old self there. I wonder where the Mind Stone came back from. Remember, it was brought back. It was destroyed and then brought back after they got it from the timeline in Endgame to 2012 in the first Avengers movie. So let's see here. I love how she flies. The practical effects on her flying is just incredible. I don't know if that's a stunt double or not, but the form on that is incredible. And she's doing it in sweatpants. Oh, Wanda, Just when we thought there are no more reasons why we love you. All right. So there he is. There's Jimmy Woo. Wonder what they're running for. But this is a great shot. That looks like Wanda's energy to me. It's definitely Doctor Strange related. And Mephisto, of course, could be a part of that as well. But this seems to be we've seen the bubble that a group of people are trapped in many, many times before. And now we're going to get the Marvel version, which will obviously be loved more than anyone else's version ever before. All right. Even this helicopter is like, this is a big thing. I don't see a way in. And maybe Vision's like, I don't see a way out. He's trapped inside. There's Kat Dennings, maybe come to explain the science of it all. And there's the Mind Stone. Is it causing all of this? I love this creepiness of Wanda being almost hypnotized by it. It's just great. So like it explodes? Like is it trying to be another stone, like the Space Stone? Is it all the stones together? Did all the stones come together to create one mega stone? And maybe that would make Wanda very powerful. So what's going on there? I wonder if that is the case. But anyway, she touches it and there's like some crazy explosion, which is so cool. I love that. Does she touch it? I think she does. Yeah, or she's about to touch it. And I'm very excited for what this could do. That could be the thing that really powers her up to the big finale fight. So this is also very sad. Although one of you pointed out that looks like a family portrait there. And it looks like the two sons might be Vision-fied. You know, she would make them in the image of who she loves, and also maybe not to make him feel left out. I'm curious, will they go with the Tom King comic? I mean, that would just seem insane to me they haven't shown the twins' faces yet, even in baby form. And so it makes you wonder if maybe they're going to go that route. I think people would just lose their minds if you don't give us Wiccan and Speed as everyone requested. Although Vision can change his appearance, so maybe their children could too. I don't know. But I think it's so touching that they hold hands. Because that's really what this is all about. Their love story. And that's why it's called WandaVision. And it's called WandaVision for a couple of reasons, which is why it's such a brilliant title. Oh, I'm so excited. And then I like that she says, we handled that great. And that the beds now are officially melded together. I think that's nice. And I like, by the way, I think Paul Bettany's doing a great job. You know, it really is like the Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz situation in I Love Lucy. She had the big flashy role, but it's very important, to have a duo. And, Desi Arnaz did a fabulous job as Ricky Ricardo. I don't think he ever gets enough credit for that. He did a lot behind the scenes too. I mean, they had a very bad personal relationship, which I think colors how people remember him. But he, from a work perspective, he did a great job. And here, he's doing a great job backing up Elizabeth Olsen. He's not competing with her. He's supporting her. It's just so great. They're just such a great couple because this is her story this time around. And I just think it's really beautiful. But he's not fading into the background. He's really still managing to hold his own. I like that he's just like, okay, darling, this is crazy, but I'll play along. Again, he's the boy on the block who decided, all the other boys said it was stupid, but he's like, I'm going to spend a lot of time with Wanda. So who's stupid now? So I think that looks fantastic. What do you think? What are your theories? Well, I think we're going to, as I said, get one more trailer. And then the show is, as I said, right around the corner. I will be reviewing each single episode, which they haven't clarified it, but I think it'll drop weekly as that's been such a successful formula for The Mandalorian. All right, share those thoughts down below. Subscribe today. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.